Back in 2022, you couldn't avoid the word NFTs. It was the next big thing, offering to lower the unemployment rate and even end world hunger. Oh wait, that's not NFTs. I mean, just have a look at Google Trend results. The word NFT peaked at 100 in 2022. Today, it's barely even reaching single digits. That year, the NFT market peaked at $705 billion. That's right, $705 billion worth of JPEGs, video game skins, and dick pics. Today, those same NFTs are worth $69 billion, an over 90% decrease in just 2 years. Similarly, volume decreased from a high of $25 billion in 2022 to a mere $800 million in 2024. For reference, the majority of revenue from NFTs does come from the United States, but they're far off from having the highest adoption rates. India leads NFT adoption estimates at 7%, Ireland and Vietnam, the boomers love it at 11%, and Japan and Germany aren't too keen with JPEGs at 2%. And if you had to guess, who's more likely to own an NFT? Your mom? Or this guy who sleeps on a beanbag chair and plays League of Legends during meetings? Men are twice as likely to own NFTs as women. I'm honestly shocked because every time I go to a party, I see women showing off their penguins, their monkeys, and their whales in their phantom wallet. I'm just kidding. I don't get invited to parties. It got so bad that in 2021, a guy named Dave thought it was a great idea to buy his girlfriend an $8,000 NFT. He said it was a shared investment and that she didn't share his vision. Yeah, time to touch grass and call it a day. Dude, if I bought an NFT for my wife as a gift, I'd be living on the street. She probably mint her first NFT of the divorce papers and then send it to my wallet. Yeah, I'm not joking. NFTs were supposed to change the world. Andrew Kegel of Token.com promised me that buying NFTs in the metaverse is the equivalent of, quote, buying in central Manhattan 250 years ago. But it's not. Don't listen to him. So how did we go from you're all dumb for not buying NFTs to Mom, I'm broke, I bought NFTs? In 2021, it seemed like everyone was getting mega rich. We had that Dogecoin millionaire Glauber. People managed to convince someone to buy his NFT for $69 million. And celebrities started launching their own NFT collections, raking in millions. But where did it all start? There's only one collection that can claim it. In 2017, these two Canadian dudes...
Hey, Philip, pull my finger. All right, Terrence.
No, not these guys. Matt Hall and John Watkinson decided that instead of these one-off PFPs of dogs and cats, let's make 10,000 of these babies that all have unique traits called generative art. These traits would be randomly selected or generated through code, meaning that no two images were the same. We're talking different eyes, glasses, hats, skin color, you name it. If you're now thinking, isn't that what mom and dad do at the casino? Why, yes. Yes, it is. Essentially, they accidentally created a new form of gambling, which has no laws or regulations. And although you need to pay tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars to get a CryptoPunk today, all you needed to do to mint one was go to their website and pay an Ethereum transaction, when an Ethereum gas fee didn't cost $100 per transaction. Kind of like in 2010, how you could go to the Bitcoin faucet and get 5 Bitcoins for free. It just shows how it can truly pay to be an early adopter of new technology. Now, in 2021, when CryptoPunks started gaining reputation, and more importantly, price be moonin', things started to get crazy. There's something about that phenomenon when you see a new shiny object, you just have to have it. And that new shiny object was definitely pixels in the form of money. As you can imagine, many people wanted to copy the success of CryptoPunks. And that's when literally everyone started making a generative art collection. We're talking about millions of collections since then. Forget about music NFTs, forget about gaming items, forget about fine art. Nah, bruh, we want those pixel monkeys. So yeah, it all sounds easy now, but the market was super competitive. Back in the day, you literally had to work your ass off to get a hyped NFT. There's been a problem in crypto for a while now where bots are able to buy much faster than our fat sausage fingers can handle. So the concept of a fair launch through whitelist was created. Discord channels were mandatory, and some of them hit 100,000, and I wouldn't be surprised to see 1 million users in one single channel. No joke, hundreds of thousands of people in a chat all spamming garbage. That's all fine and dandy, but the problem is that most NFT collections never went over a 10,000 NFT supply. I'm not very good at math, but most people ain't gonna get one. So cool. I mean, whitelist solved this. The crazy thing about whitelist was how difficult it was to get it. Usually there were a few ways to become the chosen one. Invite X amount of people, gain more XP, you could join an art and meme contest, you could even become the founder's bitch. I'm not joking. People beg. They literally begged. Don't be that guy. But hey, if you got it, you could mint with everyone else at the same time at the same price. You thought it was over at whitelist? Nobody cares about your needs. Live in an awkward time zone? Don't care. Wake up at 3 a.m. or miss out on the waitlist. You're one of many peasants. Get in queue, bro. 3 p.m. at work? Well, you better reschedule that meeting because you're gonna have to sign that transaction quickly. I don't think people realized it at the time, but it actually created a really interesting dynamic that hadn't existed in the crypto space. At the same time, this style of NFTs blossomed both in individualistic and a collectivist culture, all in one. Yeah, no one wants to hear from NFT Plato and all this bullshit, but hear me out. You dedicated all that time. It could be days, if not weeks, of grinding just to get on the whitelist. A few things happened along the way. Collectively, you were ready to go to war with these people. Every single person fought extremely hard to make the cut, and they weren't willing to give up their privilege so easily. You also made friends along the way. Being social in the chat, God forbid we had to talk to people on the internet, meant interacting with humans. And humans love to bond. This NFT also gave you access to a gated social realm where you could get access to alpha to further your personal goals, usually monetarily. You definitely aren't alpha males, just alpha information and ideas. Sorry, ladies. Since you and everyone else was making profit, all was good. That is, until it wasn't. From a project perspective, builders wanted to raise money and build some cool shit. New apps and products. You see, the traditional way of raising money through venture capitalists is an absolute train wreck. Basically, you need to endlessly network. Again, talk to people. Most of the time, it's a numbers game. So you need to wine and dine them and hope that you gel with someone enough to trust you with their money. And even then, they probably shouldn't. Haven't you watched Inventing Anna? Don't give me money. But with NFTs, you just needed to create a Twitter account, a Discord channel, you have some artwork, and you put a roadmap, and bam, $200,000. Bam, 3,000 SOL. And the crazy part is, this wasn't even a new idea. In 2017, people were sending crypto to random wallets in hopes of gaining altcoins in return. You know that famous Mark Twain quote, history doesn't repeat, but it does rhyme? Same idea, but new package. And not only would you make money off that puny 200,000 or 3,000 SOL, people started collecting royalties on secondary sales. Most collections were charging somewhere between 5 to 10% royalties per sale. So for example, if users traded 1,000 SOL worth of your NFT in a single day, that means you collected somewhere between 50 and 100 SOL in that day. Pretty sweet gig. I mean, time to move to Bali and retire. So a lot of money was made and a lot of money was lost. Let's take a look at some of the most popular NFT collections and see what they actually do. Like, are they just pictures or what? Surely there's no business behind them, right? To understand why, we need to dive into some successful and not so successful ones. 2 collections on Ethereum and 2 on Solana. Pudgy Penguins, Bored Apes, DeGods, and Madlads. Let's start with arguably the most successful mainstream collection, Pudgy. In July 2021, Cole Theorem and a bunch of anonymous uni students launched 8,888 penguins,
crested penguins,
on ETH using a Dutch auction. The Dutch auction worked by starting the mint higher at 3 Ethereum. As time went on, the mint price decreased until eventually hitting a 0.03 ETH floor. Apparently, this is a common thing in art auctions. So users could take a chance and buy at full price, or they can risk buying at a lower price, but the collection could sell out. At the end of it, Pudgy sold out within 20 minutes, raking in 800,000 USD from the mint. What did I tell you? Easy money. Seeing the success of Pudgy Penguins, they created Little Pudgies in December 2021. 22,222 Little Pudgies were minted in attempts to expand their user base. But basic supply and demand will tell you that when you create more supply of something, you'll dilute the original IP. Each Pudgy Penguins holder got a free Little Pudgy, and the rest were sold to the public. Although they sold out both of these collections, things weren't going too well. The community claimed that Pudgy Penguins was a rug pull, which hurt trust and created a lack of interest. So an entrepreneur named Luca Netz, no, not this German football player that Grok believes is the same guy, but DGen Luca Netz, he bought Pudgy Penguins IP in April 2022 for 2.5 million USD. His first goal, improve brand image and community relations. Luca has done extremely well to double down on his intentions. Pudgy was the first NFT IP to hit mainstream toy stores across the world. Starting from May 2023, they had toys in Walmart, Toys R Us, Amazon, and Five Below. You've probably even seen them without realizing it. In Hong Kong, they had them at checkout, and now they have their own section in Toys R Us. They sell figures, plushies, and action figures. Yeah, I got one. And according to Pudgy Penguins, I am a certified lover. The craziest part about all this is that an NFT collection, yes, an NFT collection, has brought in $10 million in sales in less than a year from selling 750,000 toys worldwide. So much for pixel art. They've also made an open world game called Pudgy World, and they're opening up arcade games in the US called Polar Challenge. Pudgy raised 20 million US dollars to create an L2 on Ethereum using ZK rollup technology. And I'd explain it to you, but you probably stop watching this video in boredom. Seriously, these guys ship, and I'm sure it won't end here. Apart from the ecosystem itself, owning a Pudgy has become a social status in itself. They're for sure a top 3 NFT collection, and people aren't afraid to rock their NFT, even in market conditions like now when there's really no hype. And we need to look no further than the floor price to understand community sentiment. Pudgies are only down 45% from their all-time high of 19 ETH, currently at 10.4 ETH. As we'll see later, this collection has held its value the most. Enough with all this good stuff. Let's move on to some rich people who taught us that money can't solve a bad product. Bored Apes launched in April 2021, consisting of 4 anonymous founders. It was a public sale for 10,000 Ethereum NFTs, costing 0.08 ETH each. Crazy part was, it took them 12 hours to sell the collection out. The slow start had an effect on the community, but sentiment quickly turned around. You couldn't go anywhere without someone talking about monkey NFTs. One of their big pushes early on was that owning this monkey gives you IP rights to the brand. Someone made a restaurant, another put their monkey on coffee beans. You Google it, and somebody has probably stuck a monkey on it. Mutant Apes came in August 2021 when they decided to create 19,000 more NFTs. Serums were airdropped to holders, which when combined with their monkey, minted a completely separate NFT. The 10,000 leftovers that weren't airdropped to holders were sold to the public for 3 Ethereum each. Sounds familiar. Even Seth Green, who you probably better know as Chris Griffin from Family Guy, wanted to create a Bored Apes TV show until his ape was fished from his wallet. Bye bye monkey. White Horse Tavern was meant to have NFT characters interacting with real human beings. Maybe it was for the best that he lost his IP rights. Speaking of celebrities, Yuga somehow convinced all these big names to get Bored Apes. It's a pretty wild list. Jimmy Fallon, Eminem, Steph Curry, Post Malone, Madonna, J Beebs, Shaquille O'Neal, Neymar. Personally, I have a feeling that most of these were paid endorsements, because Yuga Labs raked in a whopping $108 million in revenue in 2022, mostly from secondary sales. And then they have the audacity to raise $450 million more from a $4 billion valuation. Like, who's evaluating these companies? I can barely convince someone to lend me $1, let alone $500 million, all to create a metaverse called Other Side. I don't care enough to explain it, but essentially it's a quest-based MMORPG with some blockchain elements included, but also copying blockchain games like Sandbox, where you can pay tokens to buy land. We all want digital land. Oh yeah. ApeCoin. So they airdrop their own native token for Other Side. 10,000 for Bored Apes, 2,000 for Mutant Apes, worth a whopping 225,000 US dollars at an all-time token price of $22. Ultimately, these tokens are now worth 68 cents, a whopping 97% dagger of destruction. Okay, so you don't think a metaverse sounds like a good idea anymore. But how about an L3? An L4? In L5, Bored Apes is making their own layer 3 chain on Arbitrum. ETH is too slow, bro. We need to scale it up. So again, instead of utilizing a faster, cheaper chain, let's just make our own. I mean, what's a few $100 million between friends? It kind of feels like one of those times where money just creates more problems. These dudes could literally just earn a 5% yield on that $450 million in the bank, retire on a beach with Kyle Davies, and call it a day. And remember that collection I mentioned earlier? CryptoPunks? Yeah, Yuga bought their NFTs and IP in March 2022 for somewhere around $100 million. And since the collection's high of 85 ETH when Yuga Labs purchased them, they are now down 67.14% in ETH value. Is it their fault? I don't know, but yeah, probably. We saw that Pudgy Penguins, they're only down 45%. But Bored Apes are down a whopping 93% since their 2022 high of 153.7 ETH each. Bro, that's like being down a literal house. We're talking about going from 420,000 to 28,000 in just a few years. Clearly, the market is showing their disapproval for Yuga. But hell, what do I know? Maybe a metaverse game and an L3 blockchain is just what we need in 2024. And we couldn't talk about Solana NFTs without mentioning DeGods. DeGods was launched in October 2021 by Rohan Vora, aka Frank, and an anonymous team. Unsurprisingly, their public sale sold 10,000 high-looking dudes for 3 SOL each. People were hyped about this collection early on, and they smashed it with social presence. The community was super close, and they bonded with events and meetups. And quite simply put, people just loved the art. Shortly after mint, the DeGods team went hard at work shipping features. In January 2022, DDAO was created to allow the community to vote for proposals with the treasury funds. They made headlines that year by purchasing the Killer Threes, a team in the Big Three 3v3 basketball league, for a total of $625,000. At that same time, DeGods created the Dust token, which people could stake their NFT to earn. Things seemed to be going well, at least it seemed. Then, out of left field, the collection announced that they're going to be bridging to Ethereum. That's like being a lifelong Manchester United fan and then randomly deciding to switch over because you like this New Holland guy at City. There was tons of drama. It turns out that DeGods tried to strong arm the Solana Foundation by requesting $5 million to stay on the blockchain. Why $5 million? It's not so clear, but they suggested it was for dev costs. Yo, totally. My editors and production team, they cost 10 million. Don't make me leave. We can only speculate why someone would make such a crazy decision and alienate most of their community, but there could be a few reasons. Larger potential user base, different community, and maybe different market opportunities. You're probably thinking that this alone would have demolished the collection on the spot, but it helped them initially. While DeGods was bridging over to Ethereum, they created V2 of their artwork, DeGods. Not gonna lie, they're pretty cool, but they didn't create a new NFT like Mutant Apes. To change over to the new artwork, you had to pay Dust tokens, which would then change something called the metadata, which magically updated the image. Again, the community was pumped, but then the villain arc started to form. Maybe it was greed, maybe it was euphoria, but now it was time to dilute the IP. Things were going well, and they thought, why don't we launch a sister collection like everyone else? We saw little Pudgies and Mutant Apes earlier. March 2023 comes along and DeGods launch Utes for 375 Dust tokens or 36 Solana each. Ouch. Adding insult to injury, unlike other sister collections, DeGods holders still needed to pay. All they got was whitelist. The team raked in a heart-stopping 190,000 SOL, worth $6.1 million. Euphoria was at an all-time high. We're literally going to the moon, and we ain't stopping. Then, like something out of the Italian Job, they could hear a faint sound. Listen to this. Utes were minted on Solana while they were bridging DeGods to Ethereum. So remember when Solana rejected the $5 million bid for DeGods to stay on the chain? Polygon blockchain swoops in and like Al Capone himself offers $3 million for them to bridge to their chain. Bro, they must have had diamonds popping out of every hole in their body. Bathtubs of pure gold. They actually must have felt like DeGods. But then, like all great crescendos in classic literature, what goes up must come crashing down. DeGods went on a face-ripping tear in July 2023, and then the downward spiral began. Whether it was the diluted value from Utes, community sentiment, or hate they received from the Solana community for abandoning them in the first place, everything began to unravel. The amount of hate for DeGods escalated, and it hasn't been repaired since. DeGods returned with their tail between their legs to Solana in May 2024. And honestly, the entire community laughed at them for ditching the people that made them successful in the first place. Solana users. Most recently, they've decided to trade in those dirty Dust tokens for a new shiny DeGods token. One DeGod equals 550,000 tokens, one U equals 120,000 tokens, and one Dust token equals 36 DeGods tokens. We have no idea if this newest action will help, but price and sentiment say no. DeGods are down, I kid you not, 99.25% in SOL value. 99%. But hey, in the words of the great Frank DeGods, we tried some shit, we learned some shit, and now we're trying some new shit. Godspeed, Frank. Godspeed. Steady, lads. It's time to move on to something a bit more mad. Madlads launched in April 2023 by the Backpack team, but despite their late start, they took over Solana NFTs by storm. Again, we have a 10,000 NFT collection, but it was actually their progressive technology that has given them their well-deserved rep. For example, we've seen many collections that launched through either public sale or Dutch auction, but Madlads didn't want their holders to deal with the bots. That's why they utilized something called a honeypot strategy. Simply put, the Backpack team created a real path to mint and a fake path to mint. The fake path targeted bots and malicious actors that were trying to reverse engineer the code. As a result, bots minted useless NFTs. With crazy success, the fake contract trapped $250,000 worth of SOL, and users were able to mint their Madlads NFTs without issue. The unique launch not only deterred bots from congesting the network and minting a lot of the NFT supply, but it also helped to improve Backpack's image. They now had a core dedicated user base, as well as gaining immense publicity from the wider NFT space. And with more attention, more buzz and people come in to see what's going on. A team with such technical skills were destined to do something big. But it all started with the concept of XNFTs. So you know how normally NFTs are just images or videos? Backpack created XNFTs, which actually have embedded executable code inside them, like mini programs. Pretty cool. So applications can literally be built directly into the NFT. So say Snoop Dogg makes a new song and it's created as an NFT. Not only will the NFT contain the metadata for the song, such as, the artist, the album, the genre, but it also contains the streaming, rights, and royalties. You see, before XNFTs, all the code usually came through an app, such as an exchange, mobile app, and so on. But now it can literally be done through the NFT itself. So these XNFTs, they needed a wallet. And that's when Backpack Wallet was created. So in March 2022, Backpack Wallet was created as a carry-all for digital assets. A one-stop shop, if you will. What a lot of people don't know is that Backpack actually raised $20 million to create Backpack Wallet, co-led by FTX Ventures of all people, Scam Bankman Fraud himself, and Jump Capital before they launched any NFTs. And apparently they lost 14.5 million of that when FTX went bankrupt only a month later. So that actually might explain why Madlads was created. But anyway, they created a wallet and some cool NFTs. What's the most logical step after a crypto wallet? An exchange, you guessed that, right? In October 2023, they announced Backpack Exchange. The team landed a license in Dubai and launched a few months later. And they were easily able to integrate their Backpack wallet, which continues their idea for a one-stop shop for crypto. Within just 5 days, the exchange reached $1 billion in trading volume. An insane feat in such a short time. Another big part of Madlads was the airdrops that they received from other tokens. For example, they received 16,000 wormhole tokens, 3,000 Pyth tokens, 706 dimension tokens, and 1 million tokens shared from Parcel. At today's prices, that comes out to $6,700 US, basically equaling the price of a Madlad NFT today. And I think the crucial part here is community. Holders believe in the Backpack team, and they've become really close with one another. They hold tons of live events and even token gated ones where you need to have the NFT to get in. As of today, Madlads are down 78% in SOL value from an all-time high in July 2023 of 226 SOL. But they continue to innovate as we speak and provide real value for users. So after looking at these 4 collections, we can see some good and not so good ideas that came from NFTs. Some NFT collections are turning into legitimate businesses, creating products, and even landing major investments from big players. So that begs the question, why are NFTs dead or down so much in demand and price? The answer is memes. Surely you know Distracted Boyfriend, Change My Mind Guy, Drake, Roll Safe, but I'm not talking about these guys. I'm talking about good old cats and dogs. I mean, to understand where we are now, we have to go all the way back to 2013, where Billy Marcus and Jackson Palmer created what's considered the first meme coin, Dogecoin. You know, the one Elon thinks can be the currency of Mars. The concept didn't really take off then, but 10 years later, and we can't get enough of them. Although meme coins didn't become massively hyped until this year, they already doubled the market cap of NFTs at $52 billion. And part of their success is in their ease of creation. So instead of making people go through all the effort to join the community and work for their NFTs, anybody could send Solana to a random wallet address for something called presale. This was usually just posted using a Twitter account, and people could blindly send SOL. Most times, these new meme coins only needed a Twitter account and a Telegram group. As you can imagine, some people sent Solana to a wallet address and got nothing in return, only to see their Twitter account and Telegram chat deleted. All my SOL is gone. Meme coins that launched on Solana around March 2022 include Book of Meme, Cat in a Dog's World, Popcat, Dog with Hat, GigaChad, Fwog, Ponke, and so on. If you add up all these meme coins together, that equals 5.1 billion. Solana's current NFT market cap is only $5.7 billion. It got so stupid that a meme coin named Slurf raised $10 million in pre-sale and accidentally burnt the Solana. Oh fuck, he said. My phone died. Honestly, best PR trick I've ever seen in crypto. And don't even get me started with Pump.Fun. Literally Darth Vader of crypto right now. These guys made it so anyone can create a token on Solana and it instantly starts trading. You know what's even better? When you allow the token creator to mint 80% of the supply at launch. 2.2 million tokens launched so far. But get this, only 33,500 have become actual tokens. That's only a 1.5% success rate. I really like those odds. Out of those 2 million tokens, only 89 have reached a $1 million market cap, equaling a 0.0041% chance. Even better odds. But who cares? Because Pump.Fun has earned $120 million in on-chain fees in just 2024 alone. These guys are helping no one in literally cashing in bonds. It's literally all bots, and the only person making money is the platform itself. Even in November 2024, meme coins are going strong. Mudang, that hippo, launched on Pump.Fun a few weeks ago. It's already at a $155 million market cap. My point is that meme coins have sucked up liquidity, monopoly money, from all other assets in crypto. And NFTs, unfortunately, are getting hit by a brunt of it. It's also important that ever since meme coins, people have switched from Discord to Telegram, meaning you no longer need those NFTs to get in those gated chats. You can join any chat and talk without tokens. So where does that leave us with NFTs? Is there any point to them as we knew them before? Tons of speculation, cool art, forward tech. Firstly, making an NFT collection takes tons of effort. You gotta get someone to make the art. You gotta get logistics for the NFTs and the smart contracts. You need to take the time to build a community, whitelist those members, and so on. And even saying that, most NFT collections that had early success have died since then. Generally speaking, people who bought into these NFTs are early adopters. They were willing to try out NFTs for their utility, even if they weren't perfect, such as bugs and flaws. But even beyond NFTs in the tech world, early adopters have much different requirements and expectations from mainstream users. And most of these NFT collections didn't test, adapt, and make the changes necessary to accomplish this. Ultimately, attracting mainstream users in crypto has always been difficult because, don't hate on me for saying this, but crypto is generally a feature, not a product. NFTs should be added to things such as music, games, and sports, but it's very difficult for them to be a product on their own, as we've seen from these high collection failure rates. Meme coins are literally plug and play. Launch a token and start gambling. I mean marketing. Celebrities, they're not creating NFT collections anymore. They're launching tokens. People such as Iggy Azalea, Kate Jenner, Jason Derulo, and others have launched tokens in the past few months, but mostly scams. And it probably has to do with how much easier it is to create than NFT collections. If we look closely, meme coin buyers of today were the NFT buyers of yesterday. So again, liquidity is taken away from NFTs and shoved into cats and dogs. Meow. But there are still positives for NFTs and some hope. It starts and ends with community. NFT users are as loyal and supportive as they come. The bond is strong. And to that extent, if you're a social person and like to meet up with crypto bros in real life, then maybe these social events are for you because they're pretty sick and you'll meet lifetime friends in the process. There is room for new NFT collections to come in the future. You just need to do something different, be creative, and stand out. Madlads is probably the best example of this, that if you come in late with great ideas and good execution, you can still become a big player. People will always want collections. They make you feel unique and special. Digital collectibles are no different. And although some are as expensive as cars, there will always be somebody willing to pay a premium to fit in. Let's be real. Holding a token of a dog or a cat that's the same as everyone else is not going to fill that void. The thing is, the NFT collections that survive through these tough market conditions will become part of culture and, in a way, transcend time, like a first edition Charizard or the Holy Grail. We don't need to see a price tag to know its value to the world. So are NFTs dead? Personally, I don't think so. But what do you think?